Hello and welcome to We Live in a Society. This is day 15 of my four-wheel drive bus and bicycle tour around the land of ice and fire. And it's day 6 of my solo cycle tour. Today I went from the Dettifoss Waterfall to the Lake Vatn region. And I got to experience both the land of ice and fire today at the Vatnajökull National Park and the Dettifoss Waterfall, where it was snowing, and then the boiling mud pits in the in the east side of the lake, as well as the pseudo craters down south. Okay, well, as you can see, it snowed last night here. Okay, so when I arrived into the Lake Vatn region, I was at the information centre and I managed to hitch a ride with a Canadian couple up to Vatnajökull National Park and the Dettifoss Waterfall. And this is where they film the North or the Wall in Game of Thrones. It's snowing pretty heavily, it's pretty much a whiteout. We had to drive through very deep snow to get here and it was pretty scary, but it's definitely worth it because this is absolutely fucking amazing. Okay, so about 50 kilometres south of the national park I was just in, where it was like ice and snow, I've now hit the land of fire at Namaskar. It's an area of high geothermal activity, and the whole area is scattered with fumaroles and mud pots. It's pretty amazing here. The colours are it's so incredible. It's so beautiful, and the contrast between the boiling mud and the snow is just amazing. And there are a few really large fumaroles that are scattered about that are releasing all this steam, and this is one of them here. And right here the air smells very strongly of sulphur, and it's about to start snowing again. This is so cool. Ein für gutes Foto, oder? Heute sind wir hier auch. Alright, so I'm at the south side of the lake at the moment, and basically there are these pseudo craters. So they aren't volcanic craters. They don't have a magma conduit to beneath the Earth's surface, but they were created by lava that flowed over, well, in this case, waterlogged lake sediment to create these little pockets of steam that would then explode up through the lava to create these pseudo craters. And they're actually they're really quite impressive, and they cover quite a large area around the whole lake region here in the south. Okay, right now I'm in the Lake Vatn region in the north at a place called Hilliard or something. I got a bus here from the Dettifoss Waterfall because there were some pretty bad snowstorms with 30-kilometre-an-hour winds, and it's about 1 degree, so it wasn't really great cycling conditions. So I arrived here at about, I think 10 o'clock. I headed off to the visitor centre to see what I could do and sort of what I could see, because there wasn't very far I could sort of cycle in the snow, because the lake is like 35 kilometres right around, and to see all the sights they're usually like 3 or 4 k's in, so it would have been really difficult for me to ride a bike. So I was just like pondering what to do, and this Canadian couple were there, and they were going to the Dettifoss Waterfall and having a look into the national park, and so they offered to drive me the 60k there and back with them to have a look at the waterfall. So we went into the national park there and had a look at the waterfall. It was amazing in the snow, and they also film part of the wall and like beyond the land beyond the wall, like sort of the wildling territory there from Game of Thrones. So that was pretty cool to see all that. So then they dropped me back here. It might have been about 1 o'clock or something, and then I was sitting down again, going over the guidebook, deciding where I was going to camp. There's quite a few campsites around the lake, and what I was going to do in the afternoon. And this American lady came and started talking to me and said how crazy I was riding a bike around Iceland. And then I chatted to her for a bit, and then she left. And then she came back and offered to for me to go around with her and her husband to look at all the sites. So we ended up going up to Krafla. Had a look at the old geothermal power station there. It was snowing pretty heavy by the time we got up there, so we couldn't really access all the lookouts, but it was still pretty cool. And there was just this random like shower in the middle of nowhere with just water pouring out of like this shower head. It was like really strange. We also went and had a look at the nature bars, which we may or may not go in depending on the weather. We went down to the south end of the lake and had a look at the pseudo craters there. They were formed like after one of the volcanoes exploded, and the lava sort of flowed over wetlands and created all these steam pressure buildups that sort of exploded, and so they're all like these pseudo craters everywhere. That was pretty cool. And then we went to have a look at the boiling mud. There was this like a whole area at the base of the mountain. There was just all these like pots of like boiling mud everywhere. That was pretty cool. I can't pronounce any of the place names, but that was sort of at the east side of the lake, as if you were heading out of town. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was really glad I got the opportunity to see those things. And tomorrow I'm hoping to, tomorrow I've got accommodation at the Hotel Elder. That's what it's called. And it's meant to stop raining tomorrow at about 4 o'clock. So I'm probably going to try and head to the cave then, because it's 2 kilometres up the road and then 2 kilometres down a sandy track. So probably head there tomorrow afternoon after I've checked into my hotel. Hello and welcome to We Live in a Society. This is day 16 of my 4-wheel drive bus and bicycle tour around the land of ice and fire. And this is day 7 of my solo cycle tour. And today I had a rest day in the Lake Vatn area, and I decided, it was kind of snowing a lot, so I decided to go to the Jon Snow Cave, the Grjótagjá or something. Yeah, and so that cave is probably 4 kilometres from where I camped, along mainly dirt roads, and the cave is located down inside a crumbling lava tube. Okay, it's day 7, so I have a rest day here today, so I'm making the most of the break in the weather. It stopped snowing for the moment, so I've cycled 2 kilometres to the turn-off point, which was east of the lake where I'm staying, and I've got another 2 kilometres to get to the crumbling lava tube, which is Jon Snow Cave, down a gravel road. Alright, so I've arrived at the cave. It's starting to snow a bit outside. And the cave's just like a natural geothermal spring in a lava tube. There's quite a lot of steam in it. It's keeping the cave very, very warm. So it's really nice in here. However, like because of geological activity back in like 1975 to I think about 84, it caused the temperature of the water to rise to about 50 degrees. And so they closed swimming. But when there was a bit of a lull in the tourists, I kind of stripped off into my swimmers and went for a bit of a dip. But when you walk off the rock ledge, it's quite a big drop, and I kind of got stuck in and had to get someone to pull me out. And then just as I was like changing out of my swimmers, this busload of Japanese tourists came in the other end of the cave and started like, started like snapping pictures of me. There's probably naked pictures on the internet. Alright, so this is the landscape just outside of the cave. There's a bit of a volcanic crater to the north, and trees, oh my god, these are the first sighting of trees pretty much since I've been in Iceland. They're very rare here. But yeah, I climbed up to the top of that sort of ridge, and there's some really nice views of the surrounding area. There's the cave down there, there's 2 entrances, and it's stopped snowing, so I'm going to try and cycle back before the weather turns bad again.